Hello Year 9, I'm Mrs Oviedo and I'm here to tell you why I think you should choose Spanish as one of your options for GCSE. Just a word about that, you can only choose Spanish as an option for your GCSE if you have done it in Key Stage 3, so those of you who started it in Year 7 or started it in Year 8 can choose it. If you didn't, then I'm afraid your option would have to be French because I can't start from the beginning for a GCSE course. First of all, why should you do any language? Why are languages useful? So firstly, there are lots of cognitive benefits to learning a foreign language. So things like being able to remember things more quickly, your retrieval skills, your long-term memory is better if you're a language learner. And studies have shown it's not just you being able to speak the language that give you these benefits, it's actually the process of learning the languages that gives you all these cognitive benefits, making all these connections in your brain, your long-term memory and your retrieval skills, all that kind of thing. It's actually the process of learning it that makes these things better. Also, it's a really useful qualification in terms of your future career. Obviously, it's really important. We need lots of people who can speak languages, and especially Spanish because it's a world language. All of South America and all of Central America, as well as Spain, all of South America except for Brazil, do speak Spanish. So it's a large market for sort of businesses to be working in. And also for universities as well. It's seen as a qualification that is a really valuable one to have. It's not easy, so it really shows your future employers or your future course leaders that you've really taken something that was, needed a bit of work and really needed you to try hard in, and that is really valuable for your future. We use the Viva textbook, and you do get your own copy of it to take home with you and to use in class. So all of your vocabulary, all of the exercise things, the grammar, things that we would do for homework is all in that book. So you will get your own copy. They're really nice, colourful books, so you will have that all throughout the course. In terms of the topics that we study, a lot of the things are familiar from Key Stage 3, so school, your hobbies, your family, holidays, all those kind of topics which you have seen a little bit in Key Stage 3, which you then go into in more detail, in more depth in Key Stage 4. And also some new topics, things like talking about the environment, things like how to make your town better, those kind of things. So there are some new things in there as well. What you need to be prepared to do when you study a language for GCSE is you really need to be prepared to learn vocabulary, to be revising things constantly. Language is one of those things where it's really better if you learn lots of things as you go along. Okay, so you can't really cram it all in at the end. You have to be learning as you go. So you need to be willing to learn vocabulary. You need to be willing to learn your grammar rules, that kind of thing. You need to be willing to test out your speaking skills, so speaking up in class, preparing for your speaking assessments, that kind of thing, answering questions in Spanish in class. I really need you to get stuck in. What does the exam like at the end? So at the end of Year 11, there's no coursework for languages. You have an exam in all 4 skills, a reading, a listening, a speaking and a writing, just like you've been doing in Key Stage 3. Each of them are worth exactly the same. They're all worth 25%. The one thing that people get most nervous about is probably the speaking exam. But remember, it is only 25% of it, and it's literally just a 10-minute exam at the end with your teacher, either me or one of the other Spanish teachers, if they are teaching you, will do the exam with you. It's just 10 minutes, just you and them at the very end of Year 11. So we will prepare you for that. Try not to get too worried about that. It's literally just a 10-minute exam. Usually, we are planning in Year 10 to do trips to Spain. I have taken students to Madrid before for a few days, and I've also taken them to Santander in the north for a few days. Obviously at the moment with the current situation we haven't been able to plan a trip, but I'm hoping that by the time you guys choose it for your options and you get into Year 10, all those things will be back to normal and I will be able to take you to Spain, because that way you will get to speak Spanish in Spain, more authentic. You get to see a little bit of the culture and life in Spain as well, so I'm hoping that's going to be a possibility for you. If you have any questions about the GCSE for Spanish, you can either come talk to me, or if I'm not your Spanish teacher, talk to your Spanish teacher about it. And I hope to see lots of you soon in GCSE Spanish in Year 10. Hasta luego.